You know the drill. The plane touches down, airplane mode clicks back on, and before you even stand up, your home carrier is already charging you $15 for international roaming. Over a standard 2-week vacation, those daily passes stack up quickly. You are looking at roughly $150 tacked onto your phone bill just for the privilege of using Google Maps and checking emails. This chart shows how costs diverge. A travel eSIM, just a software plan, costs maybe $20 flat for the exact same data. But even with the math staring us right in the face, a massive percentage of travelers keep paying the higher price. And honestly, it makes sense. The internet is flooded with travel influencers making eSIMs sound magical, pushing scan-and-go affiliate links without explaining how the tech actually interacts with your device. When you don't know how the software works, the fear of permanently messing up your network settings overrides the desire to save $100. That carrier roaming fee is an avoidance tax. You are paying a premium to skip the anxiety of learning a new system. The problem with most eSIM guides is they skip right over what happens when you run 2 networks at once. There are 3 specific things people panic about. The first is communication. People assume changing networks means they'll vanish from their established WhatsApp groups or lose their existing chats. The second, and much bigger fear, is getting locked out of bank accounts abroad because those 2-factor SMS verification codes suddenly stop arriving. And the third is the fear of setting up the dual SIM wrong, only to get home and find a massive roaming bill anyway. These 3 anxieties stem from one specific mechanical reality. Travel eSIMs are almost entirely data-only. They give you cheap local internet access, but they intentionally strip out the local phone number. You do not get a new number for traditional cellular calls and texts. To capture the financial savings of an eSIM without losing your digital lifelines, you have to know exactly how to configure your phone. An eSIM is a software profile. It installs right onto your device and lives completely active alongside the physical chip. Because WhatsApp is tied to the phone number you originally registered with, not the network providing your data, your groups and chats stay exactly the same. The app simply runs over the new eSIM connection. But those bank verification codes are different. OTPs rely on traditional cellular SMS infrastructure. They cannot arrive over a purely internet-based data connection. This chart shows the exact setup. Leave your home SIM on to catch incoming texts, but forcefully slide data roaming off to stop daily fees. Disabling the home line entirely cuts you off from security codes. Leave it on. With your home line receiving texts, you route all internet traffic through the travel eSIM. That lets iMessage and WhatsApp continue functioning under your usual identity. The one real trade-off here is that you cannot make traditional cellular calls to a local restaurant or a tour guide. All your voice traffic has to happen over internet apps. Before you try any of this, check your settings to ensure your phone is carrier unlocked. A locked device will instantly reject the entire software setup. By keeping your home line active but strictly revoking its data privileges, your banking access and digital identity remain perfectly intact while you travel. The trick to making this work is completing the software installation on a stable Wi-Fi connection at home long before you get to the airport. A common worry is that installing early burns through your plan days. It doesn't. Most plans sit dormant until they perform a handshake with the local network at your destination. Once you land, there is one highly counterintuitive step. For the travel eSIM line, you have to turn data roaming on. We are conditioned to fear that toggle, but travel eSIMs legally operate as roaming profiles on partner towers. If you leave it off, the eSIM simply won't connect. If a couple of minutes pass and you still don't have bars, don't panic. There is a simple fix hierarchy to follow. First, physically restart the phone. If that fails, go into your settings and manually verify that your device has selected the new eSIM as the designated data line. If you treat this configuration as a mandatory pre-flight checklist, you guarantee a connected arrival and completely bypass the airport panic. Travel eSIMs require a few minutes of technical focus up front, but they mathematically beat out almost every other option for standard international travel. To see exactly when they provide a positive return on investment, we can look at this decision tree, which is dictated by trip duration. For a quick weekend trip under 3 days, the technical friction of managing 2 lines yields diminishing returns. Paying for native carrier roaming is often worth the convenience. If you are staying between 3 and 21 days, you hit the absolute sweet spot. The one-time setup effort of a travel eSIM maximizes your financial savings. For stays stretching past a month, you generally need to switch to a physical local SIM. Operating without a local phone number eventually becomes a heavy burden for things like delivery apps and local administration. If you fall in that 3 to 21 day window, remember the 3 non-negotiable toggles. Home SIM stays active, home data roaming is strictly off, travel eSIM data roaming switched on, and whatever you do, never delete the eSIM profile mid-trip. That permanently destroys the line, and you cannot undo it. Arrival gate bill shock is no longer an unavoidable cost of seeing the world. It is a completely optional tax, easily bypassed with 10 minutes of disciplined preparation on your sofa at home.